extra time.
Did you get a sense that the Indians, everyone kind of wrote them off after Virat Kohli left? Did it seem like they had a point to prove, and especially after when they were bowled out for 36 in that first game as well, they really had their tails up?
Yeah, I think any side, once they have a big loss, they're going to come back a little bit harder. Everyone's incredibly proud if you're playing at this level. So no real surprise that they came out really hard. And in hindsight, we probably at times let them back into this game in the series when we could have really pushed ahead. So they bowled and batted really well this game. They're absolutely up for the fight. So we'll need to assess that ahead of next game and make sure we can combat that.
But you've played with Shubman Gill a lot in the IPL recently. What did you make of him in the second test match? Were you a little surprised to see his stroke-filled knocks up front, given how well the Australians were bowling?
Yeah, Shubi, he looked good. In his first test, he's quite a calm character. Doesn't seem too much phases him. So, he looked quite settled in his first test. It looks like he, similar to the way he wants to play. He wants to take the game on, which as a bowler provides opportunities. Some days will come off, some days it won't.
I guess if you flip the mentality of the batting and think it's 1-1 in the series and you guys probably haven't fired as a top six, does that actually give you a bit of confidence that if you start getting those things right at the top of the order with the way you guys are bowling, that's actually puts you in a pretty good position?
Might steal that one, Drew. That's a good one. 100% agree. Our conditions as well, we feel really confident over here. Gabba, hopefully, it's a place where we've won quite a lot over the last few years, and SCG, I feel like that most of the years we play there, we churn out big runs. So having someone like Davey Warner hopefully coming back into the side as well is a huge boost in the middle of the series. But as I said earlier, it was only 12 months ago. All our batters absolutely dominated some really good attacks in Pakistan and New Zealand. So there's a lot to draw on. Don't have to go back too far. Still super confident for these last two games.
Just want to ask about your plans to Pujara in this series so far. You've obviously got him out 3 times out of 4. Can you just talk about how your plans have changed in the last 2 years compared to the series 2 years ago, and why you think they're working this time as opposed to 2 years ago?
I'd love to say it's a big grand plan that's changed, but the reality is I don't really know. Just trying to bowl, good balls, make a decision whether to play it or leave it, and just try and do it as long as we can. Fortunately, it's come off so far pretty early in his innings. So long may it continue, but I think there's nothing drastically changed. We just got to try and concentrate on what we do well for longer. And so far it's worked. But sorry, Marty, I'd be lying if I said we've got this grand plan that we've changed.
How much of not a shock, but how challenging has it been to watch guys like Steve and Marnus really, battling against the plans and I suppose the quality of the bowling of the Indians, given I suppose you've gotten relatively used to them being quite dominant players. And I suppose what can you do to help as a team to get them in the right frame of mind and technique and whatever to score runs in the last 2 tests?
Yeah, I think we all hold such high standards, and that's because they do seem to go and score runs just about every time they bat. But the reality is, it's only been 2 test matches. They're both massive run scorers. Steve's been a champion for a dozen years or so. So absolutely no stress at all. They've every batter and every player goes through ups and downs, and the great ones find a way to get back. So absolutely no stress. They'll come good, I'm sure. For guys like that, the bonus is they don't have to look too far backwards before you saw how their form. Marnus absolutely churned them out and dominated last summer. Steve was only a month ago that he scored 2 back-to-back hundreds in the one days off 70 balls or so. So, no stress. I'm sure they'll find a way.
You had completely outplayed India in the ball test. And recently, Shane Warne also spoke about how he wanted every test match to be played under lights with the pink ball. So as a fast bowler, what are your thoughts on that?
I still love Test cricket with the red ball as well. I think the pink ball, the spectacle of pink ball, I think it's great as an event. 1 or 2 tests maybe a year, but for me, I think red ball test is that's not going anywhere. I think that creates the fairest contest between bat and ball. I think we've had some great pink ball test matches, and I think a lot of that's actually down to the venue. Adelaide Oval's done a great job with the pitch they provide and the field that makes the ball an even contest. But with the pink ball, I think there's been times in other games where it can really drag on. You can score big runs, not much in it for the bowler. So I still think red ball overall is the best contest.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.